last night, and I think he slept part of the day. We were here yesterday morning for a marketing meeting. He went home supposedly and went to sleep and got up and took off at 10 o'clock last night. He drove to somewhere outside of Chattanooga. He's picking up his daughter, Rose. They're meeting outside of Chattanooga. His ex-wife is bringing her down, and so his plan was to get there, meet at a gas station. He's going to drive all night, meet at a gas station, get Rose in the car, and drive back. So we need to definitely put him in the circle. I called him this morning, and he said, hello. I said, where are you? He said he was 15 miles from the gas station, and he wasn't sure if he was an hour early or 2 hours early, but regardless, he was going to take a nap. So I said, okay, that's good. And he and Rose haven't hung out together for a long time, so he'll have plenty of company on the ride home. And he said he promised that if he got tired, he'd pull off and get a hotel and sleep. So but we're going to put him in the light that he gets back, and they're supposed to be back here, this afternoon or this evening, or I guess tonight sometime. Yeah, right. So, yeah, so hold him in the light. Other announcements. Course in Miracles, he will be back. Course in Miracles Wednesday night at 7. Thank you. Is that right, Kathleen? 7 o'clock. Course in Miracles. What else have we got going on this week? Anything I need to remember? Tonight is Drumming Circle. If you were here for Fred Goodnight's Drumming Circle birthday party, it's not like that. We sit over here, we make a little circle, and we bring extra drums. If you don't have drums, it's really fun. It's such an amazing, the hour just goes so fast, and it's just an amazing release. And so if you have rhythm instruments or a drum or a native flute, whatever, come on out. And that starts at 6 o'clock. We'll be done. We'll be out of here by 7:15, 7:20. We quit. We usually right about, Scott runs it, so we quit right about 7:05. And it's love offering. Next Sunday, this is really important. Next Sunday, we have, for Diversity Night, we have Donna Frost. She is, she's awesome. If you've seen her, she's been here several times before. She usually comes every year or so. She missed last year. You got a promo. Go, hit it. Fill it up.
Thank you. We're going to go to the opera a little bit here, okay? Help me. Well, I can't believe I'm sitting here today, picking on my guitar with a big smile on my face, writing new words to an old school melody. Hey, there ain't no doubt God's been good to me. The sun is shining on down in Tennessee.
She's from Nashville. She's definitely, you can tell, she's got that country twang. She plays ukulele like a champ. Guitar. I think she plays a little banjo too. She's just a hoot. She's got this one song called, if she doesn't sing it, we'll request it. I met Elvis in a toll booth. It's hysterical. It's hysterical. Yeah, and she tells lots of good stories. Very sweet, very friendly. So come out and support that next Sunday night, okay? Love offering. It's $15 to $20 suggested love offering, but you know us. We pass the basket. Whatever you throw in is good. So don't let money keep you from coming, because she's awesome, and you'll love her. I promise. She's just a hoot. So she is fun. Yeah. That's all right. That's next Sunday's Diversity Night at 6 o'clock. Thank you. 6 to 7:30 probably. We probably won't make her quit at 7, so it'll probably be 7:30. All right. The Diversity Night after that is what? That is the 13th. That is Lisa Soloway. Do you have any idea what she's going to talk about?
Philosophy, which is a pretty powerful way of interacting in relationships and strangers and each other.
Okay. The one philosophy, so relationship stuff. Yeah. We just set this up yesterday. She's a friend of Shannon's and taken some of her business acceleration classes and things. So I've been emailing or text messaging back and forth with her, and she's very excited, very enthusiastic. So that's next. And we got Diversity Night scheduled out through. Don't stop there. What's next?
The following weekend,
That's not why I truly forgot.
Yes.
The week after that, I'm going to do the talk. You know how Mark has been wanting people from the congregation to do talks? Well, I'm going to do, on the 20th, I'm going to do the talk. I'm going to do the 5 love languages. Any y'all ever heard of that? Yeah, that's Gary Chapman. I'm going to introduce that in the morning, and then that night, for diversity night, whoever shows up, we'll sit and we'll figure out what your love language is. So you can come by yourself. You can come with a partner. However you want to, on Sunday night, however you want to set that up, but hopefully we'll go through everybody, we will, and figure out what your love language is. I had a friend of mine at work, which is so weird, those left-brain people. She gave me that book. She said, this was just so amazing. My husband and I did this, and I read it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was so impressed with it. I loved it. So I thought, Mark's wanting people to do talks, I'll do it. So that's the 20th. Okay, so it'll be fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All right. What else? Thank you, honey. The next workshop is the 18th, 19th, and 20th of August. Yes, God, it's almost August. So if you don't know about the workshop, you are interested in the workshop, see Scott. There's flyers out there. I would encourage anyone who hasn't done the workshop to do it. Right, Shelley? Oh, absolutely. I've been hitting, I nag about that a lot. So if you haven't done it, I'm telling you, see Scott. Okay. Anything else, Shannon? We did.
If you're not on the newsletter and you want to stay up to date with what we're doing, give us your
email address. Yeah, email address. And actually, I have underneath the feather. That's interesting. I have membership forms. You can fill this out. We're a nonprofit, and so we have to have members legally. So fill this out and put your email on there, and you will get the pot alert. And you don't have to tell us all the other stuff. If you don't want us to know your birthday, that's okay. You'll get a birthday card if you do, though. If you put a real card in the mail. Suzanne Baker does it. Yeah, imagine that. It's always such a cool thing to get a real card in the mail. If you put your home address on there, you will get that. I promise. So fill this out, and we'll do that. Also, I have a square. If you want to do your tithe on the square, you can use a debit card or credit card. That's enough. Okay, are we good? All right, let's. Oh, thank you. She's so Pete. September 12th. Do you have a little clip of him? Okay, that's why Philip remembered. All right, Bob Sima, who is absolutely amazing. He's only been here once, but he's incredible. He is coming September 12th, which is a Tuesday.
To the place where everything is music. Everything is music. See? Everything is music. Well, we've come to the place where everything is music. Everything is music. We need a finger snap.
Okay, now, he sounds a little bit country. This guy is, when he came here last time, Scott bought CDs. And he played all of them. And he plays them continuously in his car. Over and over. And this guy has so much variety. I mean, he does gospel, he does country, he does rock, he's amazing. So that's another one, September 12th, which is a Tuesday night, weird night, but that's what he had open. You can't be picky with him about when he comes. He says, I can come on this night. And you say, okay, thank you. So, all right. So, yeah, he does. He does. So many of these big artists, people that tour all over the country. I mean, look on his website, you'll be impressed. And they come here, if we have 30 or 40 people, that's a big night for us. And they don't care. They don't care how much money they make. They don't care if they're singing to a big crowd. There can be 8 of us and they would still be happy. That's not ever happened, but they love it because they come here and we love them, and they feel it. They come in here and they're just like, oh, thank you. We've had a couple of people that actually save us to the end of their tour right before they go home to fill them up before they go home. It's amazing. So yeah, it's cool. So thank you, Philip, for reminding me that. Now I'm done. We have what? Go slowly. Our guest speaker has disappeared. I hate it when that happens. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that's not her. Denise, you were almost our guest speaker. Okay. I changed my mind. I bribed Denise. Okay, we have a treat this morning. Reverend, I didn't know that till she told me she was a minister, Reverend Selidia Juniis, thank you. Juniis is, we knew Mark wasn't going to be here today, and several people said, oh, you gotta speak. And so she said, okay. I have absolutely no idea what she's going to talk about, and that's okay, because Selidia is just one of those people. And if you've been around here with her, you know, her energy, just to hang out with her in her energy is amazing, right? Yeah, I don't know if you, I hope you realize that, because it's true. she's a presence, and just to hang out in her energy. So no matter what she talks about, I'm sure it's going to be awesome. So you're up. Thank you.
Church up here. I have to be oh my goodness, that puts more pressure. And she said that she didn't know what I was going to talk about. Well, I'll tell you the truth, I really didn't know either for quite a while. And for those who don't know me, my name is Selidia Juniis, and I just want to say namaste to each and every one of you. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Because the God presence in each one of you is so very powerful that it will feed me so that I can give something back to you. And as I'm standing here today, I'm a little bit nervous, because, you know, you never talk about the things except the things that you need to work on yourself. And so, and so I have had quite a bit of a health challenge for the past year. And I have a song that has taken me through this moment so very beautifully. It has buoyed my spirit up so that I do feel like going on. So I want to ask you to go with me through this song, because everything that has been done prior to this has been lifting a praise. And I feel like a grateful heart is the best that you can bring into any situation that you go into. So whether you're at home or in the office or wherever you are, if you come there with that spirit of gratitude, you will infect the others that are around you. So why go to the office to catch a cold? Why don't go there and catch some love from the person next to you? Whoever's using your computer, don't get there and say, ugh, so-and-so has just been here. Just go, wow, I feel the love coming out of this. I feel the joy of that person, because we do feel each other. And when we feel each other, the best thing that I could do is to lift you up, whether I know who you are or not. I'm going to send you that little thing that you need to get you through that moment. So if you will listen with your heart to this song, because what it is saying is, thank you, Lord. And if you look in the Bible and you see the word Lord there so many times, you actually can substitute the word law, because the whole universe is founded on love. So if you say thank you to that law, I guarantee you that that will take you through whatever experience that you're having. So if you will go with me into this moment, because this is what gave me the courage to get up out of that bed, to go and make that extra step. Because when Diane called me, or actually she emailed me, and she said, I told Mark that perhaps you will speak. And I'm like, if you could have seen me, a bad hair day, you know, the kind of thing where you just don't want to get up to do anything. And the Spirit just said, just say yes. And then as the time got closer, I'm saying, oh, why did I say yes to this? I said, I really don't feel like doing what I have to do in order to do it. And then I started playing this young man saw. So if you'll go with me into that moment and take whatever it is that you have been burdened with, or even joyful about, or even concerned about, take that into thank you, Lord. And when I asked to hear a piano, I love gospel and I love the piano. And so I thank you for what you played today, because it was so on point. You said, what songs do I want to hear? I said, whatever you bring is going to be right. And Jerry, you were right on point with that song. That's one of my favorites. So listen, as I say, thank you, Lord. I am simply standing here to say thank you. That's all. Principle on which is all founded. And I just want to thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I know that whatever's going on in my body is being adjusted even as I speak, being brought back into right alignment. Thank you, Lord, that you will never fail. Thank you, Lord, that the sun is still shining. Thank you, Lord, that the world continues to rotate on its axis. And as you shift these things and bring us into our rightful heavenly place, that our consciousness rise to that occasion where we know of our oneness and our right alignment and our right for sonship with thee. Thank you, Lord. Lord, you've been so good. You've been so good. A moment ago, you spoke about my name. I went to the hospital and they gave me a little bracelet. Put my name on it, and it said my gender, female, identified my race, black. It gave my age, 74. And I looked at that little bracelet and I said, is that all I am? But when I rest in your law, I know that I am so much more. Lord, you've been so good. And I just want to thank you. I just want to thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. And Reverend Mark stands here so easily with his shoes off, so relaxed. And I'm standing here sweating with my shoes on. But I thank you, Lord, because I had courage to get up and go anyway, whether I felt like it or not. You said, go and I'll go with you. I feel so blessed. Yes, Lord. I just want to thank you. Woo! Thank you, Lord. Whoa. You're all that I need. And before I came, everything was already provided. Before I took this body of flesh, it was already ordained that everything that I needed for this journey would be provided for me. I was the one who had to go forth in the faith. Lord, you're all that I need. So I can stand here in the truth, knowing that I'm grateful to be the brilliant, conscious creator of my life. And therefore, all things in my life can be created or changed through my conscious direction. That's the right and the privilege you gave to all of us. Last night I looked at this movie called Selma, and I participated in these things, but this was my time. And where they were only asking for civil rights, we are heirs to this great and wonderful heritage of being one with the Creator. How dare you tell me that I need to ask for a civil right? Claim your spiritual place. Everything else will have to fall in line. If you knew who you were, you wouldn't be afraid of me. My blackness would be of no concern, because my heart is pumping red blood just like yours, according to that divine design. So that was the music that inspired me to try and give you a little inkling of what I'm about. Many of you don't know too much about me, so I'll share some pertinent details. My home is Rockland County, New York, and I'm now currently visiting Titusville. And I say visiting because I never in my wildest dream thought I'd wind up in Florida. Never. So I'm here because my children are here. And after my husband passed, and my sister passed, I said, what am I sitting here in New York for? Let me go and be where my physical family is. So here I am, visiting Titusville, Florida, and happy to be here with you today at the pod. And you know, I love coming here because of the reception. So the song that you sang, everything that you sang today was a part of what I'm going to say. So when you recognize this, don't say, well, they were in collusion with one another, so she knew what was going on. I did not know what you were going to sing or what you were going to say. So when I tell you, I'm a writer, and I brought the book with me that includes my short story, so that you know that I'm not telling a lie. I took a workshop with Patricia Crane, and she used to work with Louise Hay, and I became a certified workshop leader for Heal Your Life, Achieve Your Dreams. And some days I wonder, did I really take that course? Because is this what I was dreaming about? And so my little story is there. If we have time, I'll read that, because Becky said, watch that time, and I can't even see that. I can't see that far. I can't see that far. So what I want to tell you is that, I am a writer, a poet, and a mother of two. I have my beautiful daughter you've seen, and my son. He looks like Lenny Kravitz, in case you're interested. He's not ready for you, okay? He's not ready for you. And I'm a grandmother of 3, and my little granddaughter, I have brought her here with me, and she has claimed her grandfather and grandmother right here in the front row. So I just want to let you know, if you see this little brown girl come up and grab him, it's okay. He hasn't done anything wrong. She was the one who claimed him. And then she came and she told me, said, Grandma, I want you to see my grandfather. I said, you want to see your grandfather? Like, I know my husband has been gone for 22 years now, and my there's no grandfather around in our lives, and so I want to know, who is this man that she's claimed as her grandfather? But here he is. I said, well, you know what? If you got a grandfather, find out where his wife is, because you got to have a grandmother too, because we're not gonna have any problem up in here. So these are my surrogates. So when I tell you that I'm a student of life in this earth school, and so whatever degrees you have them. Yeah, you have them. And mine is School of Hard Knocks. I got a PhD. All right. But I started my spiritual journey in 1971 under the guiding light of a beautiful master teacher. Her name was Her Eternal Majesty. She has made her ascension, but she infused me with love, the love for God, the love for my elder brother, Jesus. So you'll hear me say Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And when I first came into religious science, they said, look, you don't belong here because you always talking about Jesus, and we don't talk about Jesus. I said, well, everything you're reading from is about Jesus. So if you haven't given him the credit, I'm here to say, check chapter this, chapter that, because this is the source of your reference you have here. So my love for God and my elder brother Jesus and humanity it's a gift. It's really a gift. I can't help it. I can't help it. So in 2006, I was ordained a minister in the Order of MacIsaac. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with this name, I refer you back to the Bible, to Genesis 14, verses 18 through 20. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, bought bread and wine, for he was priest of God Most High. And in Hebrews 7, 1 through 3, and verse 8, for the Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High God, first being by interpretation king of righteousness, and after that also king of Salem, which is king of peace, without father, without mother, and without descent, having neither beginning of days nor end of life, but made like unto the Son of God, abideth a priest continually. Now, this being the order that Jesus himself became a high priest in, that predates puts all of his teachings in line with the teachings of Melchizedek. So when you look and you say, well, what did Jesus do? He changed the focus from God in heaven to God in the heart. And his teachings were so simple: love, forgiveness, and seeking truth within. And he boldly said, I and the Father are one. The eternal Father begets the eternal Son. The Son is generic. All, that means you, me, and everyone else, are members of this universal sonship. And that's why I said, claim who you are. Then you will not be concerned with who I am, because you will know that I am you and you are me. So all of us are members of this tree of life, and every individual shoot springs forth from this tree of life. The Trinity is a unity. Now, Jesus implied a power which can and will work for those who harmonize with and believe in it. But first, we must abide in the spirit of truth. That is, that we live in the conscious unity with good and do no harm to anyone. Now, the Melchizedeks teach that there are 3 stages in the process of rising into the light. Number 1, deep knowing, in which the boundaries between ourselves and other forms of life begin to dissolve. Number 2, integration, in which we learn to live upon the level of deep knowing every day and become aware of our own true nature. And number 3, ascension, in which we move beyond earthly reality and merge with the light. Now that's what I'm working on. So if you want to talk about ascension, let's go. Now, the modern terminology, gnosis, becoming self-realized being, a God-realized being, and ascension, they are looking at the same thing. If you look, they're looking at the same thing. So in the Melchizedek teachings, consciousness and energy, they're not 2 separate things, but one single ebb and flow of being. First comes the silence. Now, did we not go into that silence? And then the spoken word. The silence, that's the God substance and the feel of potentiality. Now, thought and inspiration must be given before a word is uttered. Why? Because what you speak is going to be. And when you know this, you will think more carefully before you speak. The vibrations of your voice in the words that you speak, planted in the silence of divine substance. Get that picture. What will happen to the words that I speak? We're living in a sea of universal substance. Like a fish lives in water, we're living in air. So what I say into this substance will manifest. Wow. Now this substance is life itself in its primary form. And its energy is intelligent energy of being that will take what you say and make it happen. We do reap what we sow. It's literally a cosmic fact. Now, Myrtle Fillmore says this: there's no time or space to which one has unfolded the Christ consciousness to the degree that Jesus had. Mind is omnipresent, and it is through letting the same mind that is in Christ Jesus be in us that we transcend the limitations of the material mind. The nature of reality was not exhausted in the man Jesus, but made manifest through his life and works. And we're to do otherwise. And what we ask in the name, which is our own name, believing in the Father, which is God, and in the Son, which is ourselves, we shall receive. To any disease or undesirable condition, I can now say, and this is why I said I'm working on this for myself. I told you that I was just in the hospital, and they gave me that little identifying band, and I'm sitting there looking at this. And after they finished all these tests, and of course, you don't know what's going on, I got the test back, and they said, you have a gallbladder problem. I said, gallbladder? I said, let me see what does Louise have to say about this. So I go and I look, and it says, anger. And I'm like, whoa, what kind of deep-seated anger am I holding on to? Then I start thinking, now what are the tools you have, Selidia, that you could work with? Because the doctor gave me an immediate referral to go to a surgeon. And I said, oh no, you already cut my eye, and you see how that worked out. Now you are not cutting me for a gallbladder. So this is what I realized. So if you'll give me number 9, please. Because I think that when you understand something and you get that thought in mind with a tune, you do something different with it than you just hear my words and you forget what I say. Now I want you to listen to this, because each one of you got some work to do. Now you see I don't know what to do with my hands here. There's no place to put your hands in. If you really love someone, tell them today. Why don't you tell them today? If you really love someone, don't let this moment slip away. If you really love someone, don't procrastinate. Tomorrow might be too late. 2 years ago, I sat down with what I thought was a cold. I found out I was in 3rd-degree heart block. So if I forgot to tell you that I love you, I wouldn't have had a chance to tell you this. So I'm going to tell you today that I love you. I love you, Alicia. You came into my life and became a daughter. I love you, Diane, because you made me feel like Florida was worth it. Because I said, you may not have one friend in Florida. And Diane stepped out of that whole congregation and she became my friend. So I can't let this moment slip away without me saying thank you. And if I hadn't hurt your feelings, I'm going to ask you in advance to forgive me, because that means I have slipped in my thinking. So let me make that adjustment. But I apologize in advance, because I do not mean to hurt you. I mean to do no harm to you, to you, to you, to you, to you, to all. And I mean to do no harm to Selidia Juniis, the Dan, Foster, and Tao. I mean to do her no harm, but she's a child of the Most High. So if there's some things that you need to do and some things that you need to say, don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until tomorrow. Do it today.
You know, everybody know how important my mom was to
Everybody
me.
has a mother,
If you're
a
blessed right now
sister,
to have
a
a
father,
living
a
mother,
brother,
you don't
a
know how
friend.
blessed you are.
Somebody who you said, I'm not going to speak to that person. You know what they said to me? It doesn't matter what they said to you. What are you going to say to them? It doesn't matter what was done to you. It matters what you do. That other person has their own sum to work out. And we're working here with a science that's exacting. And if I want love, I got to give that. If I want respect, I have to be respectable. And I got to do it today. So this would have been the title of my talk had I been able to get all this done earlier this week. But last night at 10 o'clock, I'm working on it. Do it today. There are things that I need to do and the things that you need to do. And there's things that I need to say and the things that you need to say. And if they're not that you need to say them to me, say them to whoever it is you need to say it. And if you don't have the courage to say it to their face, hold them in prayer and speak to their consciousness. I know that they will hear you. If you say a prayer, where is that prayer going? It's going out into that universal substance. So the same thing. And did you hear my favorite word, Jesus? Jesus, Jesus, that's you. I'm calling you. I'm calling you. Don't procrastinate. Tomorrow is too late. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow's not promised to you. But do it right now. Do it right now. So I wish I could push this song through the miles so that Reverend Mark could listen to this as he travels back. You cannot count all those things that he's thinking about. Oh, tomorrow I should have done this, I should have done that. Forget about it. Forget about it. Do it today what you need to do. Call a friend, tell them how much you love them, how much you appreciate you up. Let this take you to the heights. Call your son, call your daughter. I hear great wisdom. Think about little Trayvon. I hear his vulnerability. Teenager, and I lift him in prayer today. And he's able to make that you would never see him alive anymore. Without being overtired, without feeling pressure, and to know that the time he's looking forward to with his daughter begins right now. Not when she gets here, but while she's sitting there. Do it today. And you all think I'm finished with you? I'm not letting you go. I'm not letting you go because I feel myself just, you know how an engine on a, steam, it just starts building up. And so when Reverend Mark was talking last week, and he said the expression he had gotten from Diane, I thought about that. I've been thinking about that really deeply. And I decided to make an affirmation. I do this today. And right now, I let my faith be bigger than my fears. So that there nothing can manifest within my body but that divine design, which was perfect in the beginning, You know, when they asked Jesus what was the greatest commandment, and I just paraphrase when I say this, he said to love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, thy soul, and thy mind and your might, and to love your neighbor as yourself. And so I'm going to conclude with my song number 8 and tell you that last week's message was so profound. You know how a cow chews a cud? It'll chew what it has, and then it'll lay down and it'll digest that, bring it back up and chew it again. And so, yeah. Well, if you keep that as an image, and you say, I'm going to chew the cud on this. So when I say, I'm going to conclude with last week's message, when fear collides with love, only love remains. And I'm going to just tell you, as Shirley Caesar is saying, it's just nice to be nice. And I'm just going to ask you, just go with it. Nice. It's nice to be nice. Jesus said it. Don't forget it. It's just nice to be nice.
Let me tell you again.
Be nice. Oh. All right?
It's nice to be nice.
It's nice to be nice.
Nice to be nice.
The Word of God has said it. Now don't you forget it. Chew the cud on this. You just ought to be nice. Oh yeah. And here's the rest of the lesson. Oh yeah. It's coming back to you. The good and bad that you do. So be kind and loving too. Because the Word of God is true. It's a cosmic fact. What you give out will come back to you. As we do reap what we sow. So be kind and loving. Be kind to your family, whether they're kind to you. Be loving and forgiving. Even if you say, bang, please forgive me. Keep doing it and it'll soften you. That's how you tenderize meat, you know. You gotta hit it. It doesn't cost anything to be nice. Everybody wants to be treated right. 2 wrongs don't make a right. It sounds like she was talking to my mother. There's no need to fight. It's nice to be nice. So nice. It's nice to be nice. Jesus said it. Don't forget it. You just ought to be nice. That's all I'm been trying to tell you. And I'm talking to myself. When that guy cut me off, I had to remember that song. Be nice. Greet my neighbors with a smile. Even if they want to overflow their bathtub to run the water down into my apartment because they don't like to have people of color living under them. So I have to be nice. Be nice. I have to be careful of the stones I throw because I'm living in a glass house. And you don't look down on anybody unless you're picking them up. Be careful of strangers. You might be entertaining an angel unaware. Yes. Always remember. The waiters and the waitresses. Because that's a job I couldn't do. God gave you your job. Not so you could sit high and look low. But for you to be nice. What you send out is coming back to you. So it's nice to be nice. So remember that. Just remember that part. No matter what it is that you're doing. It's nice to be nice. Keep saying it when you're walking. It's nice to be nice. When you're driving, it's nice to be nice. When that little 2-year-old gets on your nerves, you say, it's nice to be nice. And everything I learned it in kindergarten. Please, thank you, I'm sorry. It's just nice
to be nice. Be nice. Play nice. Is be nice. Thank you. And so concludes our lesson.